It was a cold, dark night. The kind of night that would make a family man shiver and a lonely man go mad. There were... It was a beautiful sunlit morning, the kind of morning where you expect to wake up to bacon and eggs and a rooster crowing. You could... It was a dreary, overcast morning. The sun was just rising to come up like a runny Spanish omelet on the edge of a cheap dinner plate. Bob lay, Joe, Biff, Sam, Mortimer, Harold, Grip. Grip lay with his legs stretched across his desk, his hat tipped over his head. His chair held him as he slept, like a baby in a bassinet. Only the night before, he had just escaped, running, scared, life in limbo, the hardest case of his life. It had been meatloaf night at his mother's.
Harold! Harold! It's almost dinner time. Why didn't you mow the lawn? Harold, are you in there?
Suddenly, a noise stirred Grip to consciousness, like a spark in a pile of dead leaves.
Harold, can you hear me? Harold!
It was the sound of his luck being faked. He slowly rose to his feet, his hands fingering the cold metal of old Betty like Bessie. His hands fingering the cold metal of old Bessie like the cold metal of old Bessie, possessively like the fingers on an intricate treasure chest. As he slid towards the door, he could make out a shadow through the glass pane of the window, the word detective plastered against it like a shabby tattoo. His heart pounding, he positioned himself behind the door, Tessie in hand. He awaited the impending violence. Then he heard it. It was the last jolt of the tumbler in place. He licked his pasty lips, fighting past the sickening taste of morning bread. His fingers tensed on Tessie as his eyes watched the doorknob slowly turn. Slowly, slowly. Then, with a final push, the door swung open and...
Daddy, Molly stole my piggy, and I didn't even get a chance to make a bacon out of it. It's not fair. Molly's like the dead.
Now, Mabel, you know Daddy's busy. You know Daddy's writing snickers.
But Daddy, Molly has 3 piggies, and I don't think...
Mabel, you tell Molly she has to share. Okay, love? You tell her Daddy said so.
Yeah, okay. You two fight over every little thing.
A figure entered. At just the right moment, Grip threw his overcoat over his victim and pounced. He pounced and... pounced and leaped, ambushed, sprung... pounced on his victim, dragging him to the floor like a tiger readying his evening meal. Leaving the meat on the floor for the moment, he raced to the wall switch and flipped it on, instantly turning the room into a carnival of blinding light. Closing the door, Grip turned to his victim and flipped him over onto his back, where he unwrapped him with a sneer like a spoiled child unwrapping a Tommy gun on Christmas. He stepped back in surprise. There before him lay a beautiful
Piggy!
lady.
You ain't getting it. I don't care what Daddy said. This is war!
Would you two stop yelling? I'm trying to do my homework.
As she struggled to get up, Grip frantically looked around the room for a cup of water. Grip stood back and observed her coolly. Grip nonchalantly handed her a cup, a glass of water. Placing it near her lips, she pushed it back into his shocked face, laughing scornfully as the drips of water cascaded from his face like morning dew off the cactus tree. Then, abruptly, she got to her feet and pushed him away, socked him in the jaw like a cat swatting his avian victim. She got up, gathered her belongings, now strewn across the dark floor, and ran towards the door. Strolled towards the door. Grip stood and hesitated, stunned, hurt, angry, and wet. He thought she was quite a swell dame, so he moved swiftly to her as she opened the door. He slammed it shut with the sheer force of his fist. She turned to him expectantly. He led her to the couch, sitting her down and pouring another glass of water. He handed it to her and stood regarding her in a manly expression.
For a dame, you got quite a left hook. You'd find a better use for those pretty hands.
She shrugged and with a smug smile threw the water in his face again.
Like this?
No, that's not what I... Never mind. Please sit down.
I am.
Good. Who are you?
I cannot tell you, but here's my number. You can call me anytime.
So there it was. She hadn't meant to, but she had already given him a clue to begin to unlock that close-kept secret that would unravel her like a badly knit shawl. You can call me anytime.
All right, anytime. Tell me.
But
It's all right. I know now.
So, he had a beautiful mystery dame named Anytime, with an accent. What was it?
And that accent, girl.
He looked at her with infinite intelligence. He looked at her with a lot of intelligence.
I'd say you were from Macon, Georgia. Southwest side, 2 miles from Bob's Burger Joint. In a little shack with begonias on the left-hand side of the street.
But how? How did you draw those conclusions?
I get paid to draw those conclusions. I was right, wasn't I?
No,
Close?
not even close.
Little shack in Texas?
No,
A 4-bedroom colonial in San Francisco?
no,
A mansion in Vermont?
not.
He flashed a mocking smile. She was playing hard to get.
The stockyards in Chicago. Schoolyards in the Bronx. A ranch in Wyoming.
Sorry.
Then it struck him.
You're not from this country, are you?
She gasped.
But how? How did you know?
It's my business to know. Now tell me anytime.
Tell you what anytime.
Don't be cute. Why did you come here?
Someone said your office was decorated in a disgusting puke green. I had to see for myself. They were right.
She was toying with him like a cat with a trapped mouse.
You're being pursued, aren't you?
Yes, but how did you...
Stop playing games. The man who's pursuing you, he wants you...
Murdered! Yes!
She jumped to her feet and... She slowly got to her feet. She paused for a moment, then struggled to her feet, trying to determine where to begin to make sense of it all.
I was a painter when I lived in Russia many years ago.
I thought you were. Those slim, artistic hands look like they painted many a landscape.
What? No, a painter. You know, like this. A painter. I used to paint the football on 4th down.
She was a punter, and as her story unfolded, she had been a good one, until her coach let her go one day. That's when, tears in her eyes, she packed up her belongings and headed for America.
Harold!
Tessie,
It's 5 p.m. Do you know what that means?
the big hand is on the 12, and,
It means the kids are starving and I'm going nuts. What are you doing that's more important than your wife and kids? I want to know.
Tessie, you'll be so
Fat
proud of me. I'm writing
pig!
a play. I'm writing a play.
A play, huh? What happened to those mailing doodads you were writing? There was money in them, Harold.
Yes,
Mom, I'm so hungry.
but Tessie, this is a play. Can you imagine your Harold writing a play? They give Pulitzer Prizes for this stuff.
Pulitzer? Harold, honestly, I don't get it. What do plays and chickens have in common?
Mom, what is dinner?
No, Tessie, it's just a few more paragraphs and I'll be down for dinner, okay?
Okay, 60 seconds, my little mudhead, not a second more.
Are we having fried chicken for dinner?
Not understanding the strange invitation to clean with him, the Russian stood quietly and began to dust the chair. And when she was done with her story, she sat down next to him and peered into his eyes questioningly.
Give it all to me. It'll be better that way. Come clean with me.
Not understanding his strange invitation to clean with him, the Russian stood quietly and began to dust the chair as she spoke.
When I came to America, I had not much money, yes?
Yes, go on.
So I became a pudding instructor.
A pudding instructor, you mean?
Yes, I teach the golfers how to put.
Ah, putting.
Yes, pudding. It was the only way I can make a living. And then,
A note of fear struck this chord in her voice.
ah!
There was a, what do you call it? You know, one of the organ plays, one of those chord things?
Dun,
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 dun.
dun.
Yeah, one of those.
And then a man came to me one day. He was a big man. And his grip.
Script? Yes?
No,
yes?
look! Yeah, would you have the large pizza with green olives and anchovies?
Over here.
Hey, that woman, she's,
Yes, she's a putting instructor.
she's dead! You killed her!
Relax, she just...
Killed her! I'm calling the police, buddy.
Hey, wait. What about my pizza?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. That'll be $13.52.
Wait, I've got a
What?
coupon.
Oh. Yeah, no can do, sorry. Expired last week.
Oh, come on. You're telling me...
Hey, I don't make the rules. Thanks. Hey, nice tip.
Sure. See ya.
Yeah, see ya. You murderer! You fiend! I'm calling the police! Police, help! Murder! Murder you if you don't come help me right now!
Coming, Cupcake, coming.
Daddy, Molly called me a fat pig.
Now, Mabel,
Daddy, would you help me with my math homework? No, I did not. I called her a fat twig.
Mabel, maybe after supper, Mindy.
Harold, will you please do something with these kids while I heat up the meatloaf?
Blockhead. Am not.
R2?
Am not. Dad, what is a blockhead?
Children,
Stunt simpleton. Fathead. Stupid.